Prominent Hindu community leader Bhabesh Chandra Roy was allegedly abducted from his home and beaten to death in Dinajpur district, according to police and family members. The deceased leader was the vice president of Biral unit of the Bangladesh Puja Udjapan Parishad and was a prominent leader of the Hindu community in the area. According to his wife, Shantana Roy, Bhabesh was at home in the afternoon when he received a phone call and claimed the call was made by the perpetrators to confirm his presence at home. Roy was unconscious when he was sent back home and family members rushed him to a hospital in Dinajpur. However, he was declared dead upon arrival. This is yet another incident of violence against minorities in Bangladesh. All right, and DD India's Jessica Taneja joins us on the phone line for more on this. Hi, Jessica. Bhabesh Chandra Roy was allegedly abducted and beaten to death. Quite sad. He was a Hindu minority leader. What actually transpired?
Well, as the report also points out, that he was abducted by 4 men outside his home, and that was also the details that his wife gave out to the Daily Star, the leading newspaper in Bangladesh, laid down the details as to what really transpired the night that he went missing. And then, of course, after later being abducted, he was killed by those 4 men. And India, on the other hand, has raised the issues of persecution of minorities in Bangladesh time and again. Even at the BIMSTEC summit held recently, the two had exchanged tweets on that, where India had maintained that the persecution of Hindu minority, especially the targeting of Hindu leaders, is a matter of concern for India and should be dealt with immediately and effectively, which hasn't been the case so far when it comes from the Bangladesh side or the entire government. So, of course, this is a thorny issue at this point, especially with Hindu leaders living in Bangladesh.
All right, Jessica, we've been witnessing, especially after the interim government in Bangladesh, there have been n number of incidents where minorities have suffered, and there you have Bangladesh interfering in India's internal affairs and talking about the safety of minorities here in the country.
Well, we heard from the Bangladesh side talk about the Murshidabad incident, and India had put out a statement, in fact, that state itself says that the Bangladesh side would be better off looking at the state of affairs in their own country rather than focusing on the incidents that, of course, are taking place in this country at this point. And to the effect that India has maintained that this is an internal affair and it would be addressed effectively. Meanwhile, also, reminding the Bangladeshis that there are many issues that still remain to be solved, and one including, of course, the larger issue being the Hindu minority, the people being targeted ever since the protests erupted in Bangladesh, which led to the ouster of Sheikh Hasina and the interim President Mohammad Yunus's administration continuing without much action, without paying much heed to India's demands. Certainly, issues like these have come up time and again, but India has maintained that there are internal issues that it can resolve on its own, whereas it would be advised better that Bangladesh would be better advised to address its own issues at hand for the moment.
All right, we leave it there. Thank you so much, Jessica, for your analysis.